Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back into the video today, and today I'm going to talk about why Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings are going to shock the entire NFL. And this is the reason why I say that is because I think Sam Darnold is going to go off for the Minnesota Vikings this next season in 2024. I really love the Sam Darnold signing for the Minnesota Vikings. I think a lot of people are like, this is how you replace, Kirk Cousins. This is going to be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, the guy that's going to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. It's a lot of people I've seen, at least what I've seen, people saying this is a terrible signing, but it really isn't. Sam Darnold, look, I saw some video about, I think it was former Packers quarterback Kurt, I'm going to try to say his name right, I might have said his name wrong, but basically talking about how, Sam Darnold came into this league so young. He really did. He came in first game of his career with the New York Jets. He was 19, 20 years old. So he came in to the NFL at such a young age, and he really hasn't had the chance to develop. I saw Kurt talk about how Aaron Rodgers in his first game, his when he was a rookie, 26 years old. That's Sam Darnold's age now. So Sam Darnold is at the age of where Aaron Rodgers made his NFL debut at 26 years old. I think to the point where Sam Darnold has developed throughout these years. He's had multiple seasons. He's had 6 seasons to develop and grow and become into a solid quarterback. And we saw him in 2022 with the Panthers start to look good, and that was with a not so good Carolina Panthers team. He had a 4-2 record in 6 games with 6 starts, threw 82 for 140, 1,143 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. After Baker got cut, he finished the last 6 games of the season, looked great with the Panthers. He gave them a chance to make the postseason. He competed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of the 2 games he lost with the Panthers was against the Buccaneers, which if they would have won that game, they would have made the postseason. He gave the Panthers in 2022 a chance to make the playoffs. They fell just short. He looked great. He joins the 49ers, becomes their backup quarterback to Brock Purdy. He gets 1 start. There's 28 for 46, 297 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception against the Los Angeles Rams week 18, my bad. And he made other appearances throughout the season late in games. And I really think with the offense he has, I know with the 49ers he had a great offense, but at the same time, the game he played and he didn't have those guys. He didn't have Debo. He didn't have George Kittle. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey. I'm not sure if Brandon Ayuk played in that game, but I don't think he did either. So imagine what it will be like having 2 guys at the wide receiver position with Justin Jefferson, and not only Justin Jefferson, but also Jordan Addison. I think you also got a running back in Aaron Jones. Obviously, at the tight end position, it's a little weird because you do have T.J. Hawkinson, but he had that terrible knee injury at the end of the season. So I would think at some point he comes back, but I would think it'd be in the area of maybe week 10 to week 14, week 15. He doesn't come back till, if I had to make a prediction, that's probably the area that he comes back. Was a pretty bad knee injury for T.J. Hawkinson. So he has great weapons. Now the thing is, do the Vikings draft a quarterback? Now, who do the Vikings draft? I think Sam Darnold. I think this is going to be a case where the Vikings sign him to be a bridge quarterback for a guy they draft, and they draft a guy, whether it's maybe J.J. McCarthy, maybe it's Michael Penix from Washington, whoever they draft. I think this is a scenario where Sam Darnold shows out for the Minnesota Vikings, plays well with the weapons he has, and it gets to the point where the Vikings are playing good enough to the point where he stays their starting quarterback. I see Darnold, no matter who they draft, I see Darnold being the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings the whole season. And I'm not going to say Darnold's going to play so well where they're one of the top seeds in the NFC, but that's not the case. I don't even think he plays well enough to the point where they're a top team in the division, because you have to you have competition in the division with the Packers, with the way they've improved. The Bears are going to be improved, you also have what the Lions were last season. But I think the Lions might not be as good as they were in 2000. In 2000, the Lions, I don't think, will be as good in 2024 as they were in 2023, because we saw how good the Lions were inside the division. They did such a good job playing in division with their rivals. They beat the Vikings both times. They beat the Packers once. They beat the Bears once. I think they beat the Bears twice, or did they? Maybe they, yeah, no, they beat the Bears once. Four of their 13, 12 wins were in the division. Now this division has got better, so you could see the Lions maybe, still being a playoff team but not winning the division. But I think the Vikings and Darnold plays well enough to the point where, there may be a potential wild card threat, try to sneak into the wild card type of team. But I think Darnold, no matter how the team is doing, I think Darnold will play well, and especially with the weapons that he has with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Let me know your thoughts on Sam Darnold, and peace out.